Ladies and gentlemen, Bucky Irving is one of the most disrespected players right now in fantasy. Now, he goes high in round 2, sometimes in the middle of round 2, sometimes higher. And disrespected is a good thing for those in the know. If you know Bucky Irving's a top 5 running back, then you know you're getting a screaming steal in round 2, anywhere in round 2. I don't care if you're drafting at the 2.1, 2.5, anywhere inside round number 2 is a monster steal for a player that could earn you easily first round ADP value. When I look at teams like this right here, one of my favorite builds of 2025, if I'm just spitballing a couple different approaches, you go wide receiver round number 1, you go Bucky Irving in round 2 as your RB1. You either cascade that right into a robust RB and then grab your second and third wide receiver later, or you could do some sort of Travis Hunter or maybe a JSN in round 3. Doesn't matter. Take out the player you don't like. You got a problem with Kyron, then just take him off the board and throw your favorite player into round 3. Don't like Deebo Samuel? Stop complaining and just close your eyes. Don't like George Pickens? Let's simplify things. Oh, Mahomes, I don't like Mahomes. Okay, stop complaining. Simplify down. This is one of my favorite trios right here in 2025. We'll talk about Harvey later. Lamb Chops is not disrespected, but he can really explode from his sometimes 5, 6, 7 overall value. But this is not about CeeDee Lamb either. So let's get Lamb Chops off the board. This is not about Harvey. We'll tackle that on another video. This man right here, this is how you could build a conglomerate walking into your 2025 fantasy football draft or auction or in trade right now if you're rebuilding some sort of team that's in need of your assistance and our guidance here on the channel. Bucky, who is 41st in the NFL in running back snap share for his team. Yet he was top 5 in forced missed tackles. Yet he was 12th in fantasy points for running backs. Yet he was number 8, 3, 7, 6 in 20, 30, 40, and 50 plus yard runs. Red zone targets, he was 10th in the league. And he only ranked 41st in the NFL, not even top 32, 41st in snap share. And for those of you saying, that's fantastic, Smitty, but I don't know what that means. 41st in what? He wasn't getting his team snap share in week 1. He was getting 9 carries. Week 2, 7, 9, 10, 9, 14, 9. 14 was good. He sniffed it there. That's why it's a yellow box. 81 and a touchdown. Gee, look what happens when he gets massive snap share. Look what happens when he's getting a snap share of 64%. All these red boxes right here, snap share percentage, which means he shouldn't be scoring 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns in this low snap share range of games. He started sniffing it here, still in a red 46% snap share, 52%. He's starting to get there, but 13 carries, 73 and a touch, 12 carries, 88 and a touch. He's starting to rev up, but not revving up until week 10, but he's starting to rev up after 9 weeks of football have been played. Then in week 13, his snap share starts to rise. The man drops 152 and a touchdown, 12 carries for 88 and a touchdown. We're including this game whenever we extrapolate any data. Only got 4 carries. Didn't really play that game, obviously. 15 carries, 117 yards. 16 carries, 68 and a touch. 20 carries, 113. 19 carries, 89 and a touch. If the man is getting volume,
protected at the front door,
the man is dropping loads. Extrapolate out just the games inside this green zone here. 25 carries, 4 carries. We're including that 4 carries. I'm not taking that out. You can't cherry pick. You can grab a sample, but you got to take everything in the sample. 25, 4, 15, 16, 20, 19 carries. In this stretch right here, if you extrapolate this yardage, you get 1535. 1,535 yards is what the man was on pace for. I really believe Bucky, who was 10th in the National Football League, only getting starter touches in this clump of games right here. He was 10th in yards. He was 10th in red zone targets. I believe that he is a top 5 running back without a hesitation in my mind, as long as he stays healthy. That could be the one concern people have. They view him as a smaller guy, no different than Kyron Williams or Achane, who neither one missed a game last year. Bucky runs like he's possessed. Bucky runs like a player that is angry. In some ways, he reminds me a lot of Christian McCaffrey meets Alvin Kamara meets Marshawn Lynch in some ways. I really think I'm going to be surprised if my number 5 disrespected player will count down 4, 3, 2, 1. My number 5 disrespected player doesn't play like running back 5. I'll be surprised if Bucky getting starter work the entire season. Again, you only saw it in a 5-6 game stretch. I believe he's getting 1,450 rushing yards. I believe he's getting 11 to 12 rushing TDs. I believe he's getting probably something along the lines of, what do you have last year? 47 receptions, 392. Let's call this 430 receiving yards on 5 receptions. I mean, honestly, the guy didn't start but 5-6 games, and he had already 47 for 392. I kind of feel like this is low. 65 for, 499. Let's give him, are we getting crazy here? Even if we dumb this down to 1,400 yards, you're talking about a 1,900 yard player. You're talking about a 1,900 yard player and 11 to 12. Even if we just made this, let's call it total touchdowns. Let's be safe with some of this. Let's call it 12 to 13 total touchdowns. That is 332 points from a fantasy football scoring PPR, regular scoring format. That means leaders, if we go to 2024 stats and we try and calculate it, 330 is running back. He ties for running back 4 last year. Running back 4 last year with Derrick Henry. Tied with Derrick Henry's scoring from last year. Running back 4. And that's me not trying to get too crazy with either the rushing yards or the total touchdowns. And this right here, he was in the 50s already, and he wasn't even starting for half a season. This is very watered down. I'm thinking running back 5 numbers is in the cards, and it's a cakewalk, assuming he stays healthy. Totally disrespected. Why is he disrespected? Again, what it really comes down to when we say disrespected is that in round number 1, you're drafting players like this. He belongs in round 1. No, you should not be taking him in round 1. He's a staple inside of round 2. You never have to draft Bucky in round 1. I've never once seen him go in round number 1. Out of all the drafts I do more drafting than anybody you know. I've never seen him go higher than probably, I would say 2.2 to 2.3. And it's very acceptable. Even if you're at the turn picks, make him the 13 pick so that you don't affect his ADP at all. Always try and draft him as late as possible to push that ADP down. But even if you're drafting at 12, 13 and you go BT, I've seen neighbors fall to 12 in a best ball. Underdog fantasy promo code Smitty. That link is in the description if you want to try and draft and take advantage of Bucky's ADP in case it does climb. The link's in the description. But I truly think even if Neighbors, who sometimes falls to 12, most likely doesn't, but the other day he did. But BT and HN, BT and Bucky, Neighbors and Bucky, Neighbors and HN, those are fantastic 1-2 turn picks, 12 and 13 overall, bookend picks. Take Bucky anywhere in round 2. Smitty approved Bucky anywhere in round 2.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Just make sure it's round 2. He's a home run as anyone's second drafted player, and he's number 5 on the disrespected board. Next video is number 4. Get ready. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, $10 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Live chatting 24/7, and we're all packed in this game day lounge right here at the bottom during games, Monday, Thursday night game, Sunday night game, and especially the morning and afternoon games on Sundays. We're all in there. If you work and you can't even watch the games, all you got to do is be in this chat with it pulled up and you'll get the play-by-play. People are like, touchdown HN, and you almost have to watch it delayed because people are going to tell you what just happened the whole day. So make sure you get on over to the Patreon. Best place to get trade advice, 365, 24/7 live chat group. Again, cancel anytime. Make sure you get on over to my thefantasyfootballshow.com. My rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators. Been doing this for over 23 plus years from a content perspective. I got into the game because I couldn't find a single trade calculator in the industry. And I said, forget it. I will do it myself. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. Also live whenever big news breaks. Also live midnight most every single night. Midnight Eastern. See you all on the next one.